What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, back at the beginning of the year, details on the X-Men reboot film were still very scarce. Marvel hadn't started talking about it the way they have now, or announced the Thunderbolts director to be helming that reboot, but we were starting to hear casting rumors swirl, and the names of the actors were actually a lot younger than some of us were expecting. Well, fast forward to now in the year, and they've confirmed they are going for a younger cast. Now, at the very same time we were hearing all of these young actors for the X-Men, there was another name that was staying consistent at the front of another major casting for Marvel Studios, none other than T'Challa, where the name that kept coming up was Damson Idris. Well, Damson Idris, incidentally, in the last month, and during one of his interviews on TV, confirmed that he had talked to Marvel Studios about this role, in turn confirming that Marvel Studios was actively looking for their new T'Challa. Now, the original source of a lot of those casting reports was industry insider Jeff Snyder, a name we've been covering here quite often at the channel, who's amassing quite the track record in the Marvel scoop game, and as evidence of the fact that he's plugged in, he definitely name-dropped Sadie Sink tied to Marvel Studios and possibly as Jean Grey. It was only a month or two later when she was officially announced to be part of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Well, he's back with another update in regards to both the X-Men casting and T'Challa. We're going to break down what he said in his latest update and the new actor he name-dropped that we have not heard yet tied to the role. But first, quickly, if you could grab the sub button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately, and if you haven't already, just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 thing you can do to support us at the channel, plus it'll enter you for all the giveaways if you want. Stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, again, this latest update is coming from industry insider Jeff Snyder on the Hot Mic podcast. This is the same guy and place that he nailed Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom before it got announced. Take that as you will. This is his latest update for active casting inside Marvel Studios. Quote, "I think Disney knows who they want for T'Challa. I hear they're also actively casting the X-Men. I don't care what anybody says. I'm told that inside agencies, they're definitely putting forth clients for the X-Men. T'Challa, I don't know if it'll be Damson Idris. I think the guy who's shaping up to be, I don't have any insider info really, but I think David Johnson is really looking pretty good for that role. I could see it." Now quickly, as I said during the prologue, Damson Idris sort of confirmed that he talked to Marvel Studios about the role of T'Challa, but that does not mean that he accepted it or that he's the only person that Marvel or Disney talked to. Now, don't be embarrassed if you're not familiar with David Johnson's work. He's a 22-year-old kid who, as far as I can see on his IMDb, has only done about 3 or 4 TV shows and has no major credits in a movie, which to me sort of says two things. Number one, this is exactly in line with what was reported recently about Marvel Studios looking to cast lesser-known actors to keep the cost down, but in my opinion, this is the best way forward. I love when fresh faces are given a chance with an iconic role, and especially as it pertains to these comic book roles, I would rather see somebody I don't know who's fresh and new take a role so that they don't come with the connotation of all the characters they've played before and after. Say like somebody like Pedro Pascal. And though I will admit I was more than satisfied with Pedro Pascal's representation of Reed Richards, especially Reed Richards that I think has room to have a real arc over the next, say, 8 or 10 years in the MCU, I still prefer fresher faces like they did with Tom Holland, who was an actor in his own right, but not the household name that he is now, and then give them a chance to be that character. But whether you agree or not, this actor in David Johnson checks 2 major boxes: an unknown to control costs, and a younger actor, which is exactly in line with what they're looking to do with the X-Men. And you can see here, they're thinking forward. They're going to recast any of these major roles, like the X-Men, like T'Challa. They're going to recast them young. And look, just for comparison, Chadwick Boseman, I believe, was in his mid-30s when he got cast as T'Challa. They cast a 22-year-old kid as T'Challa now. In 10 years, he'll still be younger than Chadwick Boseman was when he took the role. So they are definitely thinking forward 10, 20, maybe even 30 years to allow this new set of actors to hopefully grow into these iconic roles and still be able to reprise them much further into the future as the MCU grows and evolves. And I totally understand that from their point of view, because we've proven as a Marvel fan base, if you lock the right person in the right role, like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, it's iconic. They're legendary forever. We will always want to see them back. Now, as far as the rest of the report that they are actively casting for both of these roles, and the little comment he made about he doesn't care what anybody says, there have been major outlets that have said that they are not yet casting. It comes down to 2 things. Once they locked the director in from Thunderbolts to direct the X-Men, and now that we know that Ryan Coogler is actively writing Black Panther 3, once the directors have started working on the project, that's when the casting starts. So I am not surprised at all that they're working on these in both cases. The next couple of years and the development for these films is going to go by rather fast. Now, as I've said in the past, when it comes to huge castings like this, Marvel Studios is not going to be able to keep most of these a secret. The huge Hollywood trades like Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter, they usually get to those names, but in the past, when industry insiders have all sort of honed in on the same name and we start hearing it over and over again, like Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby for months before the announcement, well, then people usually get it right. So all we'll have to do is wait and see over the next 3 or 4 months, but I am 100% sure people are going to take some of these reports and run with them and think that has something to do with Avengers Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday, when it's pretty clear that those two Avengers films are meant to be the last hurrah for any legacy characters and the legacy X-Men. Is there a chance Doctor Doom lands in Doomsday and absolutely obliterates the 10,005? And we don't see any of those X-Men in the next film in Avengers Secret Wars? Maybe Marvel Studios did something similar with Infinity War and Avengers Endgame and allowed the original Avengers, or most of them, to be the focal point of Endgame instead of a lot of the new characters, until, of course, we get to the final battle, and then I'm anticipating anybody who's ever been a Marvel character might be up for it and be a part of that scene. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Who are your picks for both T'Challa and for the new X-Men cast? I have seen so many names floated around. Some of them I barely know because the actors are so young or have been in so few things, like David Johnson's name drop from today. I had to IMDb him and be like, nope, no idea who this is. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Who do you want to see in all these roles? As always, quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel, as well as other giveaways throughout the holiday seasons. If you want to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, live with my voice in the winning comments shown on screen. So please be safe and vigilant across YouTube, and if you should ever get any spam with someone pretending to be a content creator, just report those comments directly to YouTube. They are ultra quick about deleting them, and then you've done everybody across the community and really the platform a huge service. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms with original music under the name Allfires. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Also, if you're going to be at the Woodkey Festival in Detroit next weekend, I will be there. Well, outside of Detroit, northern Michigan, I will be there, again, sitting in with KJ Saga. If you're at the festival, come by and say hi. To those of you I saw this weekend at Base Canyon, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.